about the liberal objections to the fighter jet deal, the F-35s for Canadian Air Force, the Canadian Air Force. Um, I'm gonna start off with some my thoughts on the matter issue at hand, then I'll get into some concerns people have. First off, the F-35 is a great aircraft. Its range is about equal to the F-18s currently in the Canadian Air Force's inventory. Um, so focus issue here. Okay. So it's additional going to be some difficult problems that we're going to have, but other than that, it should not be that much of a problem. The F-35 is a great aircraft, equal range, do the same missions as the Hornet, with a few minor differences. It has stealth capabilities, so when it carries weapons internally, they don't have the radar cross section of the Hornet when it's internally. That's what comes with somebody saying about F-15 Silent Eagle, which to me that's total BS. A jet aircraft like the F-15 is not silent; it's quite loud. For me, it is quiet to me because it's music to my ears when I hear an F-15 fly overhead, or an F-18 or whatever jet aircraft for that matter. The biggest issue I have with people saying, "Oh, why get the F-35 when you get something like the F-18 Super Hornet or the Super Hornets or the Sukhoi or the Eurofighter, the Saab jet or whatever?" I mean, a the, those aircraft they're basically because they're generation 4.5 or 4. Um, F-35 there's no really fifth generation fighter out there at the moment. That is the F-35. The Boeing version of it, the JSF, I mean, would have been, but either or, they're both decent aircraft, no matter what way you look at it. But liberals, they like to object to everything. I do remember seeking fiasco. Wow, shit, that's a while ago. I do remember hearing bits and pieces about it growing up. But went into it more recently, I found that it cost the Liberal government $500 million to cancel that contract, and millions of dollars of expenses after they killed some of our flight crews and people they're rescuing, which is a travesty. There's another one I think was the Coast Guard chopper helicopter. That's another issue. I mean, I wonder if this is going to turn into another situation like that. So I hope it doesn't. We need we need these aircraft badly. Our Air Force, we're dealing with 30-year-old airplanes. They're going to start. It's good we're looking at this now in 2010, not in 2014, 2015, when our airplanes start to fall out of the sky for structural reasons. Um, so yeah, it's kind of difficult. A lot of people don't realize this, but yeah, it's gonna help our Air Force. 65 jets for $9 billion price tag. Okay, that's a little high to me, but you know what? I think it's worth it. I do. You're getting a good aircraft. You're not getting the best aircraft in the world is not what you need. Sometimes you need something that's a jack of all trades. The Hornet was such an aircraft. The F-16 is such an aircraft. The F-15, the F-14, the A-10, or the Harrier, they're all purpose-built aircraft. They meant to do one thing and do it really well. The F-35 and the F-18 and the F-16, those three aircraft, they're meant to do it all. Therefore, it's a third gen. It's a third gen fighter aircraft. Fourth generation fighter aircraft. It's early fourth generation. it's a fighter. It's a good multi-role aircraft, but it excels at one thing: going faster than other airplanes. That's what it's made for. It's an interceptor. So is the Tomcat. So is the Eagle. Um, the Falcons, they're great. They're bomb truck. I call them the bomb truck. Okay, to me it's a bomb truck. The F-16s, the F-18s, a great multi-role aircraft. Do many different things. I think it does some things better than those 16 in certain areas, but I've never flying them. But just I think it does some things. When I talk to different pilots, F-16 pilots, F-18 pilots, they say things. They even talk to us like, do that. I had their pilot operating handbook for an F-18. I think a C model F-18. I'm not too sure if it's a C model or an B model or an A model. I'm not sure which model it was for. But I saw a lot of the procedures in there. It's like, okay, yeah. Okay, this is not a bad airplane. It's twin engine. Gotta remember, twin engines burn more fuel, take twice as much maintenance, cost more to maintain. Um, there's more components, so it's heavier airframe. So you can't carry as much fuel. Single engine, one engine. This engine has to be more reliable than what's in the Hornet. Uh, carry a bit more fuel. So you may have a shorter range. You may have less engine, less speed. You have equal within, I say, 50 nautical mile range difference. It's within 50 miles nautical miles of each other, which is okay. That's respectable for a combat radius. So I think it's like 1,200 nautical miles, something like that. The Hornets are 1250, 1260. They're about 1250. I say they're within 50 nautical miles. Weapon wise, carry basically the same type of weapons: bombs, missiles, harm, anti-radar missiles, type thing, JDAMs, stuff like that. Fuel tanks, general fuel tanks, always useful. Uh, of course, the gun. Radar wise, people say, "Oh, stealth. You have to turn your radar to go combat." Yes, they lock on, but to get in close, you don't need the radar. If you operate with an AWACS, Airborne Warning Control Aircraft, Control System Aircraft. Basically I think it's 67 modified with a big radar dome on top. I think it's 67. I could be wrong. But yeah, AWACS. We work on AWACS. You can get in really close to your enemy without having to turn your radar on. You can sneak in behind them, sneak in below them, sneak in wherever you want to do your pass on them. If you want to do a missile pass, missile run on them, missile shoot on them, or the gun run, missile gun strafe, gun run, shoot them up with your gun. It's up to you. It's up to the pilot. He knows what he's doing. But I'm gonna get to these comments in this form. Okay, I mean, where is it? There's just one guy put some stupid gyrocopter picture on. I'm not going to read his comment, it's stupid. But my comment is, I wrote this comment. Here's a section email I wrote to some Liberal Conservative and NDP MPs last week. I'm happy with the decision. This is a section of it, actually. I'm as happy with the decision that has been made on the replacement of the Hornet with the F-35, even if I have some misgivings of it being what the Air Force requires. It's a great aircraft to be sure, and will have interoperability with the U.S. and other allies that are also purchasing this aircraft. Its range has been equal to the Hornet. My own concern is its single engine covering the Arctic regions. On that, I know that modern aircraft engines are more reliable than what was available to us when the Hornet was in development. So I also feel that the single engine issue is a moot point. I'm going to add to this. Okay, to add to that, why open the bid process up to other less capable aircraft? Sure, Hornet is a much cheaper but still fourth generation aircraft. What aircraft do the job? Well, none. That can carry weapons externally depending on the mission. You can deploy the same munitions, ordnance, bombs, etc. as the Hornet generally uses today, and the F-35 is probably more accurate than the F-18 on the weapons ranges than on the battlefield. We see the advances made in military aviation come into the civilian world, like GPS alarm, identify friend foe, transponders, which is basically the same thing, multifunction displays, follow by wire, radar altimeter, just to name a few of them. Well, here's a guy named Nikola Tesla. This global website. Well, you're wrong. The 15 Silent Eagle carries its weapon internally as well as externally. It is also a fifth generation fighter. It's a twin engine plane that has all the bells and whistles that the F-35 does for half the price and tenth headaches. It is a better plane for Canada. So please write back to the people that you sent emails to and explain that you were misinformed. I was not misinformed, Nicola. I didn't work in the industry. I know the industry very well. Nicola, what the F do you know about combat aircraft other than the garbage on YouTube? The F-15 is closing on 40 years of service, and this is only a conceptual design at the moment. It'll take much longer to get into service, plus the F-15 is building an air-to-air bird, not a strike bird. The F-15 carry both air-to-air and air-to-mud weapons, both internally and externally, plus it would take a lot more if they did make the Eagle more stealthy. I think it's time that you learn a bit about aviation. Drifting sack of shit. Yeah, I can be nasty at times, so people do get to know that. And yeah, most generally speaking, I'm very open-minded to comments, and sometimes when somebody's got stupid, I will respond. Um, I can't really stand stupid comments, stupid people who do not know what the frig they're talking about. Uh, so I work in the industry. A lot of friends in the military. A couple of fighter pilots. A lot of them are pilots in the military. I know a lot of military pilots. Friends of mine. Friends of friends. And I mean, it's ridiculous. A friend of mine who's in the Air Force now is going through the pilot pipeline, training pipeline. So I mean, it's crazy that people say I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, these are what my friends tell me. They want this airplane. They would rather have this airplane, or they rather see this. It's not what the Air Force needs. The F-35, the Hornets gain up their age. They're equivalent in roles. Plus, got interoperability. Aircraft we can operate with the U.S. military, the British military, whoever buys it, more easily if we have the F-35 than, let's say, the Super Hornet, where only a few nations have it. It's the Hornets: Spain, Australia, U.S. We're the only real ones that have the Hornets, and us. And I mean, that's kind of really that's sad that we have to get a lesser aircraft to do it for us, our pilots. It's like saying buying. If you want to buy a Ford, you end up buying a Pinto. But when you truly need is the Taurus or the Focus, or even the Mustang, for example. The Hornet, in this case, in the Ford analogy, is the Pinto. The F-35 is the Mustang. Or actually say the Taurus. So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous that people would say, oh, the Hornet's, that's a crappy aircraft, great aircraft, why don't we get the Super Hornet? Well, when the F-35, we should get the F-35, wasn't open to open tender process. Who cares about the tendering process? Get the best aircraft, it's only one available in the world. There's no other manufacturers out there making another airplane like this. Go to Boeing. If you really want, you go to Boeing and see what they have, what type of aircraft they have. I'm going to end this now and saying, well, thank you for all watching, and I hope you have a great day, guys and gals. Please, please write comments below. I will include the link to the Globe Mail article. So I will talk to you guys soon. Have yourselves a great day.